We are Iowa's most accurate forecast.
Ooh, rain fell across the metro this morning. This is video from our photojournalist earlier today. Yeah, talk about a wet start to the day. Much needed rain, but parts of Iowa have been under a flash flood warning.
Yeah, but we've really seen very little ground truth to any significant issues, and I think that's a testament to just how dry we were. Soaking it right into the ground. And also, this was kind of a more prolonged soaking rather than an intense heavy rainfall all at once. So those two factors really helping us out.
The best you could ask for. Yeah,
maybe let's tone down the rain a little bit. I think we are quite soggy in a few spots and kind of on that tipping edge of, hey, this is too much rainfall. We'll keep a track on things, but right now the heaviest rain is moving out of here. 71 for our temperature. Here's the loop over the last 6 hours. You see how things have progressed. We're losing the big time thunder now. What's left is way down south underneath my name at the Missouri and Iowa border. So some lingering showers stretching up through the metro towards Carroll. But take a look at some of these observed totals. This is Creston. This is ground truth. Over 4 inches of rain. We've heard from several sheriffs, emergency managers in this line of intense rainfall that we haven't seen significant issues. These are radar estimates now. Garden Grove, a little over 4 inches. And I have ground truth from a rain gauge there of 4 inches on the ground. So this appears to be a pretty good estimate. You move into southern and western Iowa, some big time numbers into the metro, closer to a 1/2 inch on the south side and less as you move northeast. But these numbers, well, getting to the extreme high side, but a lot of communities in southern and western Iowa welcoming this soaking rainfall. Thunderstorms pushing south and east. There is another little circulation here coming out of Nebraska. I'll watch to see if that can reinvigorate and give us a couple more showers and thunderstorms extending this afternoon into this evening. Good news is this won't be widespread coverage and over that same area that's already seen that heavy rainfall. I do think the clouds limit the temperatures today. Right now we're into the 70s, a little bit warmer in northern Iowa where you haven't seen the rain in Fort Dodge or Iowa Falls for today. Best chance is going to be here through early this afternoon. And then trying to see that next little wave slip in for the evening. Here's Futurecast. Nice handle on the scenario, but again, trying to pop up a little bit more activity as we dive through 3 o'clock and on through about 7 or 8. And then we're finally drying out into the rest of the overnight. Any rain chances are scant. I actually think we're going to fight the fog battle just a little bit and extend those clouds to start the day on Thursday. We should get some afternoon sunshine in and some of those cumulus clouds popping into view. Rainfall amounts from here on out should be limited and confined to a 1/2 inch or less. A few of those spotty cells extend into this evening. But so far, the ground is absorbing the water quite well. Temperatures ultimately struggling to recover. If we're lucky, we'll hit 80 degrees for the top end, many confined to the upper 70s. Tonight, 70 for the overnight low, and fog is expected to develop. You see the visibility dropping overnight and then recovering by the later stages of the morning. So be prepared for that out the door first thing tomorrow. Temperatures rebound into the upper 80s later into the day for tomorrow. But ultimately, there's a cool down in the works for next week. A cool northwesterly flow will kick those temperatures back down over the weekend. Some rain chances in there. I do think we're going to have to watch the possibility for some stronger storms on Saturday into the western reaches of the state. And ultimately keeping things pretty cool next week. Upper 70s, low 80s. Iowa State Fair starts on Thursday. Rain chance, but 83. Not bad.